Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Till. I'm known as the Koi Medic, and we have a very, very exciting program. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be working on a couple of fun facts about fish, and we are also going to give you some educational hints and tools whereby to look after fish and understand fish. But right now we are at a very exciting pond. Mike Segal of WCB has got a serious koi collection, and what we want to do is we wanted to showcase the beauty of koi fish and also some of the varieties just briefly, so that you can appreciate. A lot of times we go to foreign places where we see these fish swimming in ponds and the peace and tranquility. One always wonders when you at a pond, whether it's by a hotel or a foreign location, these beautiful swimming flowers, or living jewels as they call them, and often wonder where do they come from and what is the difference between the colors and so forth. So we're going to take you on a journey so that, with understanding where they come from and also how you look after them as well, so that you can appreciate them. Okay, in terms of varieties, just to give you an idea, here we have a red and white fish. Now, why red and white, and what is it called? All the names are in Japan, Japanese names, and this is called a Kohaku. Now, there's a variety of Kohakus that you have. You can have a Tancho Kohaku, and you can have a 2-step and a 3-step, but we'll get into that. Right now, we just wanted to discuss that this fish is only 3.5 years old. So this is now where it becomes, where you look at the bloodline. And these fish are selected and handpicked and reared in Japan by very reputable breeders. The bloodline and the breeding process of the breeders, the likes of Sakai, Mamatora, and so forth, it's generations of families that have studied and understand the art of breeding. It's not that easy just to put a male and female together and breed. So this is really a very, very special fish. So the red and white, the red is known as he, and the white is known as shiroji, which means white as snow. Within its design, you want the color to be perfect. That's the whole idea. Okay, go. Hold on. Okay, whilst you watching, not everybody has koi fish, and we also want to help the beginner, a person that's interested in the koi fish. At the same time, we do have connoisseurs that seriously collect koi fish, so we're trying to keep a nice balance. But from an interest perspective, the Japanese have a saying, learn how to keep water, then you have fish. When it comes to fish, not only koi fish, but all fish, it's all about the water. Having a good understanding of the balance of water, the beauty of our water is balanced. As a matter of interest, for the newcomers to this hobby, the world's oldest living koi fish, you can Google it, is known as Hanako, and it was recorded through National Geographic at 226 years old. And you can Google that, a beautiful story, where the generation of families had this fish in natural spring, which is in Japan. So that's just something that's of interest. This is a very, very special fish. It's what we call a tatagoi, which means a promise for the future. This Sanki has been, again, hand-picked and selected and is being groomed for the future, a potential grand champion. So a lot of effort and a lot of care is going into a fish like this. We've now got 3 colors, meaning Sanki. Sanki means the color of 3. So now we've had the white, which is shiroji that we've spoken about, the he, which is the red, and now you get the sumi, which is the black. And there's a particular pattern that is favored, and also the size of the fish. Whilst we're talking about size, the ladies might enjoy this. Females rule in this game. When it comes to shows, the females are the champions. The males are really not considered, although they are very special, but it's the females with the voluptuous body shape that wins the shows in general. Okay, Mike, what fish have we netted here?
This is a Tancho Sanki from Sakai Koi Farm.
So Sakai is one of the top breeders of the world with koi fish.
Correct. He's won a lot of GCs in Japan.
GC meaning
Grand Champions.
Grand Champion. Now in Japan, when they have the All Japan show, that is the prestigious. That's the World Series from a koi perspective. Koi
it's
show.
The most sought after prize for any koi keepers to win the All Japan show.
Mike, I see that we've got a perfect round circle on the head. How important is that when it comes to this particular variety?
Well, in the Tancho Sanki, it is very important. The red on the head, the circle, is representing the Japanese flag, and it's very meaningful. But it's basically a Sanki, but with the Tancho on it. So the black spots are representing the Sanki pattern, and the Tancho is representing the Japanese flag.
How old is this fish?
She is 3 years old, a Sansai.
3 years old. Now, when they talk about in terms of years, you've got Tosai, Nisai, Sansai, and so forth. All Japanese names. What else can you tell me about this fish, Mike?
She's very nice. She's got a fantastic sumi pattern and very, very good white, which shows up the red. So it's a very well-balanced fish.
So the white is what's important to show up the rest of the colors.
Correct.
Okay. Right, we'll let her go.
I'll bring you a Tancho.
Mike, now all these fish that come from Japan, you import literally tons of fish a month. And I know that you go at least twice a year to Japan to go and select. I've been with you to go and select koi fish. And the last time I was with you was in the northern districts of Japan.
Yes,
Niigata. Right, okay, Mike. What do we have here?
This is a Tancho Kohaku.
Right.
What makes a good Tancho Kohaku is getting the circle as perfect as possible to represent the rising sun in Japan, which is also on their flag. So it's a white fish with a red circle on the head. And it's very difficult to get a 100% good one. But this is a very, very good example of a very good Tancho Kohaku.
Now, the reason why this is so special is because this is literally 1 in a million. You cannot successfully breed this fish with a red dot over and over and over. And one of the genetic reasons for that is because red, being he, moves from head to tail. And the black, the sumi, moves generally from tail to head. So you can understand a fish this size to have the perfect dot on the head where it's genetically supposed to move to the tail, how very, very special this is. And also, the judges will select and make the things that they will look at is the skin of the fish, the quality of the skin. And that's something that Mike has a very good eye on when he's selecting in Japan. How old is this fish?
This is also a Sansai, 3-year-old.
3-year-old Sansai. And the breeder?
Also Sakai on this one.
Also Sakai. Any fish when it comes to feeding under 10 degrees, that's where you really stop and slow down the feeding. And the reason for that is because the fish may want to eat, but you've also then, because the fish's digestive system is hibernating, which is right, the food can go rancid and you could have complications in the, in the belly of the fish. So what there are is, there's a difference of fish food out there, very, very careful balance, and that comes down to the koi nutrition. Nutrition is extremely important with this. In fact, there's certain nutritions that can bring out the color, and there's other nutritions that can bulk up growth. And then you've also got a multi-season, and you've also got a winter food. So there's various balances or recipes that we use in this business of preparing, like the fish that we spoke about, preparing for potential grand champion. Mike, this next fish?
This is the Isa shower.
Now the difference between the three colors that we were talking about, the Sanki, and now the shower, as you can see, the sumi, which is the black, is now on the face and on the mouth. And so this is a black fish with red and white. The Sanki that we spoke about was a white fish with red and black. So that's just a matter of interest how one selects this. This is again female, Mike?
Yes, she is.
Okay. And I noticed that we've got a serious deep black, but then we've also got gray areas. Now,
yes, so as the fish matures, the grey areas is called kage, and that's going to become, it should hopefully all become like an ink black. And when it's got to that level, then the fish's coloration is mature and she's ready to be shown or enjoyed at a higher level. So it's still got a lot of growth to go through and color to come up on the fish.
So for a buyer of a fish like this, it's not what you're seeing now, but it's what you visualize seeing once all the gray is black.
Correct. It's a future fish.
You can see this fish is going to be very big. You know, when you look at puppies and look at the big paws and say, wow, that's going to be a big dog one day. Well, what we do here is we normally look at the shoulder of the fish, and we look at what we call the caudal peduncle. That's now between the dorsal fin and the tail fin. That section, you can see how thick it is. I can't even put my fingers around there. So that's what we look at for big fish. Mike, how many varieties? I noticed that lately the breeders are coming out with very, very interesting varieties. But where are we set with how many varieties do we have now in the koi?
The number changes with the new breeds coming out all the time, but if I remember correctly, it was 42 varieties. But like I said, it's the Go Sanki variety, which is Kohaku, Sanki, Shower, and Beko. That falls into the Go Sanki. And then everything else sort of subcategorizes from there.
At the end of the day, when you are selecting a koi fish, all you want to do is you want to make sure that the fish is healthy, that the fish has been properly quarantined. It's all about the water, remember. And then if you like a particular color, if you like this, a mono color, and you don't want to have a variety of colors on the fish, it's entirely up to you. It's your pond. It's what you like. Many, many people, even moving towards their retirement, have had fish for 30 years, 35 years, and then ask us to relocate the fish and that kind of thing. So fish stays with most families for a very long time. What's nice about it is they often give them names, you know, sort of family names. The children give them names and so forth and so forth. So it's really very much a family hobby and not just dad's hobby or mom's hobby. Right. Mike, this looks like a meter if I look at the measurement here, this bowl is 90 centimeters, and this fish is very definitely, am I right?
Yes.
Close to a meter. So that's very unusual to get a fish this size.
Yes, it's a good accomplishment to get any koi over 1 meter.
And how old is this fish?
Believe it or not, she's still very young. She's 5 and she'll be turning 6 in November.
So she's only 5 years old.
Yes.
She's absolutely magnificent.
She's a karase koi, which is a mustard koi in other words. They're very well known for growing extremely large. And they're great fun to have. They tame down very easily and they're always impressive in a pond.
Yeah, I noticed they are very.
And they're very easy to keep.
The breeder?
Marasai.
Marasai. The important thing that I also look at from a medical perspective, you must always do a visual inspection. It's like any of your animals. If you spend enough time with them, you can see that their behavior is different. And then we do a series of checks. First and foremost, always water. And then, if we find anything from there, then we move over to microscope analysis and so forth. But it's the same as you taking your cat and dog to a vet, the same process. You just can't do that in this instance, so you get the professionals that come out to the pond and conduct the necessary assessment. Mike, this collection, obviously this is now of the larger sizes, but this is specifically your collection. And am I right that these fish are generally also for sale?
Yes, they are for sale. These koi are all been chosen by me on my trips to Japan, and it's stuff that it's fish that I thought have nice potential, or have something about them that are really nice, and they meet all the criteria on their varieties.
Okay, so there we have it. We're going to be showing you marine fish. We're going to be showing you tropical fish. So we're going to be talking about many other different fish. So that's basically the things that we're going to concentrate on the next time. So please tune in and we'll go through and you'll be amazed to see how beautiful all the fish are there. Thank you.